This capstone turns AI ambition into an enterprise readiness check. You'll assess whether infrastructure, governance, security, identity, trust, and compliance can support GenAI, agents, copilots, and AI-enabled service at scale, then convert the gaps into executive-ready transformation inputs. By now, you've built the full readiness toolkit: transformation context, governance models, security architecture, compliance mapping, trust controls, and continuous oversight. In the capstone, the focus shifts from learning the concepts to applying them. The goal is to determine whether an enterprise is truly ready to scale AI safely and responsibly. Imagine a large enterprise with years of reliable systems, controls, and data flows built for predictable software. GenAI is now spreading into copilots, customer service, agents, automation, and decision support. The opportunity is real, but so are the risks: prompt injection, data leakage, misuse, and unreliable outputs. Before scaling further, the enterprise needs a practical AI readiness assessment. The assessment mission is to judge readiness from every angle, not just technical capability. Examine systems, data pipelines, integrations, and operating processes, then connect those findings to governance, risk, security, identity, trust, and compliance. The key question is whether existing controls still work under AI conditions. Many were built for predictable software, not adaptive models. The output should be evidence-based: clear gaps, maturity signals, and practical findings that guide a safer path to AI scale. The first step is discovery. Before assessing risk, you need a complete view of where AI already exists, where it is planned, and who owns it. Capture use cases, data sources, vendors, models, users, integrations, and control status. Include obvious systems like copilots and RAG, but also embedded SaaS features and shadow AI. The goal is to turn scattered activity into an accessible inventory, with unknown ownership and high-risk data flagged early. Step 2 sorts AI by the harm or obligation it can create. A meeting summary or internal knowledge search is usually low impact, especially when a person reviews the output. Risk rises when AI supports customer interactions, fraud triage, lending, hiring, or compliance decisions. Ask 3 questions. How critical is the process? How autonomous is the AI? And what sensitive data or rights are affected? Higher impact means deeper review and stronger controls. AI readiness is not a technology checkbox. It is an enterprise capability model. Each domain, governance, data, architecture, security, identity, compliance, operations, workforce, and measurement, needs a maturity rating. The useful question is not, do we have AI tools? It is, are these capabilities mature enough for the AI use cases we want? The gap between current and required maturity becomes the roadmap: priorities, investments, risk controls, and operating changes. Next, look for where governance can break down. AI use cases need named owners across business, technology, risk, and compliance. Accountability should cover the full life cycle, from intake and design through approval, monitoring, incident response, and retirement. Test policy coverage for GenAI use, prompts, model selection, autonomous agents, output validation, and third-party tools. Then confirm governance forums have real authority, reliable evidence, a steady cadence, and clear escalation paths when risk exceeds tolerance. Step 5 is not about discarding every existing control. It is about finding where familiar controls stop working. IAM may limit users, but not prompt leakage or agent tool misuse. Application testing may catch bugs, but miss jailbreaks, hallucinations, and unsafe outputs. Logging may record transactions, but not prompts, retrieval context, model versions, or agent actions. Mark these gaps clearly, then define the modern control each one needs. Convert those findings into an AI risk register. Define each risk as a clear scenario: what could happen, where it could happen, and why it matters. Score likelihood, impact, detectability, control effectiveness, and business criticality. Then assign risk owners, control owners, actions, due dates, and residual ratings. The goal is not paperwork. It is a decision tool that turns AI concerns into prioritized governance choices and roadmap actions. An AI threat assessment asks, how could this capability be misused? Follow the attack path from user input, through the model or RAG layer, into tools, APIs, and enterprise data. Look for prompt injection, poisoned context, jailbreaks, data leakage, model manipulation, and unsafe tool execution. For agents, challenge permissions and autonomy. Then map each threat to controls that prevent it, detect it quickly, and support a safe response. Trustworthy AI starts with knowing exactly who or what is acting. That includes people, machines, workloads, and AI agents. Verify how access is granted through authentication, authorization, secrets, APIs, least privilege, and privileged access. Then confirm that decisions and content artifacts can be traced through provenance, audit trails, and evidence. Finally, test whether monitoring, compliance mapping, deepfake resilience, and post-quantum planning are strong enough for enterprise-scale AI. With the evidence in place, build the executive heat map. Rate each capability domain against the maturity required for scaled AI, using clear readiness levels: low, partial, mature, or unknown. The value is not the colors themselves, but the decisions they enable. Critical gaps in governance, data, security, identity, compliance, observability, and incident response become visible. Separate urgent blockers from planned improvements, then use that evidence to prioritize funding, ownership, and roadmap sequencing. The final deliverable is an executive-ready evidence package. Start with the readiness assessment: maturity, current state, target gaps, and priority recommendations. Add the risk register with scenarios, scores, owners, mitigations, and residual risk. Include the governance gap analysis, showing missing policies, decision rights, controls, and escalation weaknesses. Finally, connect threats and capability maturity into a heat map that points clearly to investment priorities and roadmap inputs. Enterprise AI readiness is not a single checklist. It connects systems, governance, risk, security, identity, compliance, and operating capability. Your assessment outputs, readiness findings, risk register, gap analysis, threat assessment, and heat map now become inputs for strategy. Next, you'll turn that evidence into a transformation roadmap and future-ready trust architecture.